What's good, world? It's Rod 3 here. Today, we'll be talking about a couple of things. Starting off, when we're talking about this particular video clip that went viral, I feel like over the weekend. I think it's a couple of days old at least. I'm gonna play this video, give y'all my honest opinion on what I heard.
I understand that, but you called me a fucking nigger. No, you weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
Listen, there was
No, but at the end of the day, and the climate that we live in today's society, I understand it, but it's above me now.
I need a room tonight.
Well, this is the best restaurant next door.
Oh, please, let me hear my daughter's here.
I'm sorry, but I was on the phone when you said it.
I said, I'm sorry. Please, I had a horrible day.
And I had a horrible time when hearing that.
You won't let me in.
It's above me. She called me a fucking nigger.
Sir, my grandma just
I understand that, but it's above me.
Let me, please let me.
It's above me. Sorry. The best restaurant is next door.
Sir, the rest of our family.
I understand that, but it's above me.
Please.
She said what she said.
I understand that.
I understand.
She's very.
It's
Okay, as you saying, like basically, this white lady apparently called him the N-word and stuff. Then she basically, tried to play victim and stuff, like tried to use her mom dying and stuff as as reason to be throwing out the N-word and stuff like that. Like, no, I know that's not a reason to throw out the N-word. It's not you don't get a pass because your mama died. You don't get a free pass to use the N-word. No, that's not how it works. It isn't. It isn't at all. Then, like, the daughter, or I guess was her daughter that came in and was trying to still get the hotel room. She didn't even have the decency to apologize. She didn't say, "Hey, I'm sorry that this happened," or this, that. Nothing. They just, "Oh, my mother died." Man, I'm pretty sure this dude, after this woman calling him a nigger or whatever, this dude don't give two shits about your mama being dead or slash grandmother or whoever she is. He don't care. He shouldn't have called this man an N-word, because now all the sympathy and stuff he had for you, maybe he could have had for you, he's not going to have it for you. Why should he care about somebody? Why should he care? For one, the person is dead. It's not like this is affecting the person that's dead really even, It's not affecting the person that's dead. And secondly, like, you can't say that type of stuff regardless of the day you're going through. This should just, like, be an example to people, like, regardless of the day that you're having or what's happening in your life on this particular day, it don't give you the right to treat other people like that, like, or treat other people like crap and call them the N-word or other names and stuff like that just because you're going through a bad day or you're having a bad time or whatever. We all have bad times as people, like, I'm pretty sure this man going through something. You don't know what this man going through. Shit, he might have a sick grandmother or mother or fucking brother or something himself. Like, you don't know what people go through for you to call them types of stuff and basically, like, I wouldn't say harass, but, fuck with people, but only because, my grandmother died, my mother died, I'm just going through a lot right now. No, this still doesn't serve as an excuse. I actually don't like people that call black people niggas and stuff out of anger and stuff like that. I don't like that shit at all. Like, don't call nobody a nigga just because you're having a bad day. Because you don't know what kind of, like I just said, you don't know what kind of day he's having. And secondly, you don't know what kind of day he's having, and he handled the situation professionally, even though it's kind of sarcasm and stuff, thrown in there, of course. But he handled it professionally. In my eyes, like he didn't snap, he didn't call the lady no bitches, no hoes, no MFers or nothing. He actually did better than what I think a lot of people would have did, even myself included. Like I don't know, I don't know how I would have acted in this situation, but he actually did do, you know, did do right by the way he acted, because it makes no sense for him to act ignorant just because this lady is acting ignorant. But you can tell that she, I guess she's going through something with her mom or whatever. But there's no excuse. You should feel ashamed for using that as an excuse for you to use the N word. Like, no, that's not how things work. And secondly, lastly, like people don't, especially white people and other, I guess, non-blacks that's gonna be throwing this N word around like that. Don't be calling people that just for a reaction or out of spite or to be petty. Don't call people that, period. Especially black people. Because it seems like a lot of white people do call black people the N word or nigga or whatever, just to, get a reaction out of it. That's because they know black people react a certain way to these words being said to them. Like, I don't know what she expected. He was gonna snap on her ass or something like that, but he did the exact opposite. He remained calm and stuff like that, and didn't even raise his voice. So shout out to him. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully you don't have to work at this hotel long. People shouldn't have to work at places and come under attack while trying to make money. You know, which this basically will lead into the second story, which also takes place in Texas. This takes place in spring. Let me fix this shit a little bit. Damn, I don't know why the picture's so bad. This takes place in spring, basically, where you have this young lady who's a high school student. She applies to a Subway. Her friend works at the Subway already. Her friend, is informing the manager or whatever, somebody left the application. You know, I guess the manager wasn't at the store or whatever at the time. But then the manager responds, which this kind of threw me for a little while. She responds with, "Okay, how does she look?" Which I'm like, why does it matter? Especially to work at fucking Subway. It's just Subway. Why does it matter how somebody looks to work at Subway? That makes no sense at all. But then, of course, the friend, she responded, she's black, tall, this, that, da, 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 describing her, whatever. Then the manager responded with, oh, no thanks. I don't want those people in our store. LOL. Like, what? What is wrong with people? Apparently, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what. This is just crazy. For one, why does it matter what somebody look like to work at to have a damn job? Like, and secondly, this shit, people need to be mindful, I guess, when they apply to these places that this type of shit could be going on. Like, people getting your applications and just basically throwing them away and never looking at them, or not giving you an opportunity based on your fucking skin color. Like, because there's been plenty of times I done applied to jobs and shit like and never got a call back or anything or nothing. Like, I don't know if this is the case. So, but sometimes I apply online. Some of the jobs I apply to was online, though, of course. So I don't think they actually do have a way of telling what race you are on the application online, even for jobs most of the time. But regardless, this shouldn't be happening. Of course, the manager was fired and stuff after you know the friend showed these text messages and stuff of the manager saying these things, which is just it's very stupid. Like, why would you? racist people or people that don't like black people or whatever you want to call it, they should know that you can't just in this day and age like just be saying that type of shit and like living a normal life. Cause people gonna come after you. Like you at Subway, you racist and shit. You not working at Subway no more. Hell nah. Crazy ass people. Like why would you even text that? You can't even say yeah. It was a joke. It was a joke. If it was a joke, it was a sick ass joke. It's not. You don't play like this. Like these managers, you don't know what these people be having going on at these places when you apply to them and stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure she's not the only woman in the world that, or person in the world that has done this. Pretty sure there's people doing this even still. Somebody's gonna probably do this tomorrow to somebody, which isn't right. Like, why does it matter what somebody look like to work, let alone at Subway? Like, to me, the only job that should matter about looks and stuff is maybe something like acting or modeling or something like that. But anything else, what looks doesn't matter. Like it doesn't. Like she like it's just it's very unfortunate. I hope that this young lady, she goes on and finds something better than fucking Subway. You know, shit, she might fuck around. The manager that they fired, shit, she she might try to apply to a job. And this young lady, this lady here is the boss. You know what I'm saying? That's how karma in life works. Like that's why you shouldn't treat people ugly and stuff like that, especially based on like skin color and stuff. She didn't even have, it wasn't like the chick was fat or something. She said she was fat. She's like, oh, no fat people. Wow. It's, which is not. It's still we shouldn't do that to people based on their weight. Neither you should talk about people weight and stuff, of course. But it's the fact that she's black. She's like, no, I don't want no black people. Nothing. Not at all. I don't want those people in my store. Like, what did black people do to you? Like, why you don't want, like, why you don't want black people in your store? Like, it's not like all black people are the same. It's like all white people are the same, you know. But nevertheless, hopefully, this young lady, she doesn't have to go through such a thing again, and she can find her job somewhere where she will be appreciated for her work and stuff, regardless of her skin color and stuff like that, because it doesn't matter. Especially, like, it doesn't matter, especially if looks and stuff isn't required for the job or having a certain skin color, you know. But speaking of ownership, or own, or our, which is basically, I guess, ownership, I guess. The NBA basically is planning on getting rid of the term um, owner, which basically, I don't know, is fucking up. Well, okay, I'm not gonna show shit, but basically, the NBA is getting rid of the term owner because it is racially insensitive, which I guess I can understand or see how it can be racially insensitive and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like the NBA is reaching, like they, I don't know, kind of reaching a little bit because it's like I don't know. It's not saying like you. Of course, you got people like Donald Sterling and stuff who came out and said disparaging things about black people and stuff like that. But generally speaking, an owner of an NBA team is just like the owner of a company or a franchise. Like he's like a owner. I'm not saying like a owner of McDonald's, but basically like he's an owner. Like he owns the team. Like I don't personally. I can, like I said, I can see how it's racially insensitive, but I don't think it's offensive. Like me personally, maybe I'm maybe I got my head in the wrong place or something like that. I don't know, but I don't personally see it as insensitive because it's just the owner. It's just the person that owns it. That don't mean they own you, like But I can understand where people is coming from, though. But the NBA basically teams already, like two teams already, the Clippers and the 76ers, I believe. They are the first ones to like change the ownership status, so to where like their owners aren't called owners anymore. I guess like the Clippers call their owners the. Let me see. The Clippers call their owners. Let's see, where is it at? The Clippers call their owner the chairman, as the team's chairman, I guess. And the 76ers call their owner the managing partner. And the co-owners are called or known as limited partners. Which I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but it's just like I don't see the big deal with this, like because it's not like they like because it's not like owners own NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like they just like they are the employers, I guess you can say, in a sense. Like they're the boss. Like I, I don't feel like they own the players, even though some might be fucking crazy as hell and feel like they own the players and shit. That's because they team or their organization or franchise or whatever is providing the check and stuff for these players to live all lavishly and stuff like that. But I still don't see. No, like it just to me it makes no sense. To me, like I feel like it's too late, like to be trying to do stuff like that. 'Cause we got bigger fish to fry to be worried about owners and the word owner and stuff like that. Like no, like the fuck. But I don't know. Like it's just I don't want to say I'm on the fence about it, but I just don't. I like I said, I see the problem with it, and at the same time, I feel like it's not that big of a problem. Like because it's not like the owner of an NBA team can go to NBA players' houses and just plop their feet on their couch, and drink all their liquor, and eat all their food and stuff like that. Like you can't do that stuff. So no, like I don't. That's something that somebody, if they owned you, they can do. Like they can come in your house and stuff at night, make you get out your bed and make you sleep on the floor, and they get in your bed and go to sleep. That shit that somebody, if they owned you, can do. You know, and I guess because I guess slaves was owned by slave masters and stuff. I guess that's why it's racially insensitive, and you got these huge billion-dollar organizations and their owners basically, like I said, have people like Donald Sterling and stuff that feel like they like they own these people, like or they control them, or they play a big part in they well being and stuff like they dependent on them. But people like I don't know, it's not the way to think because it's like a two-way street. Dude. Both parties need each other. The NBA players need the NBA teams. The NBA teams need the NBA players. Because without one, you wouldn't have the other. It's just that simple. So I guess I can understand the NBA trying to cause more or create more unison, I guess you can say, between the players and management and like the ownership and stuff like that. And I don't know. Like I personally don't care what word you use for owners. Like it don't matter. You use proprietor or heir or majority shareholder, which I like the word majority shareholder. I feel like that word should be used more than anything when it comes to talking about NBA owners, like, because like a chairman and CEO and stuff like that, those can be positions where the person in that position don't own the company at all. It's somebody that was hired by the company. Because like Disney has a CEO, but he doesn't own Disney though. He just is the CEO. Like they hired the man. Like so, it's the same thing with. It can be the same thing with a chairman and stuff, I guess, or a commissioner. But I guess if you hear the term chairman or commissioner or even CEO in terms of like NBA teams and stuff, they're talking about the owner. They're not talking about somebody separate. They're talking about the actual owner, you know. Which, like I said, it doesn't. It's not. It's not gonna change anything necessarily. Like I don't see the world becoming a better place, unfortunately, due to this. Which is nothing wrong. Maybe I don't know, the NFL needs to definitely, I guess, get like a policy or something like this. Because they real fucked up like the NFL. The NBA is fucked up too, but they're not as off as the NFL, you know. But still, like, I don't see nothing wrong with the term owner in terms of sports teams. Like, I just don't. Like, they own the team. Like, what else? What else? Like, can you say? Like, if I own McDonald's, like, I'm the owner. Like, yeah, you can call me the majority shareholder and stuff like that. Shit wouldn't matter. I'm not the type of person like you gotta call me this. Like, you gotta call me the owner. You can't call me majority shareholder. No, you can call me whatever the hell you want. It's like, as long as it means owner, I guess. Like, it doesn't really matter, you know. But like I said, I can understand how people can be racially, or how this can be racially insensitive to people, especially black people, because you know with the whole slavery thing and stuff. Then like the whole idea of this whole sports entertainment industry to me is just racially insensitive, if you want to say. But they apparently they don't have a problem with that. They just have a problem with the term and the word owner. They don't have no other problems with how things is ran and the sports industry and stuff like that. Just the problem with the word owner. That's like didn't that like if I'm not mistaken, didn't the NBA come out like when the Eric Gardner dude died and stuff, and they was wearing "I Can't Breathe" T-shirts and stuff. Didn't the NBA come out and say don't wear these shirts and stuff? So it's not like the NBA is perfect. You know, they have their flaws too. And secondly, like another thing is like the NBA has a commissioner, but the commissioner of the NBA, who was Adam Silver, I believe, he doesn't own the NBA. He's just a commissioner. It's just a position he's holding. Eventually, he will retire or whatever, and they're gonna replace. They're gonna hire somebody else to be the new commissioner of the NBA. Just like what's his name? Not Howard Stern. That's what's the dude name? Howard Stern is like a fucking radio host, I believe. Damn, what's the old NBA commissioner's name? I'm sorry, I can't think of his name. I think it was. Was it? For some reason, I want to say. I don't know what the man's name was, honestly. But yeah, Adam Silver hasn't been. He don't own the NBA. He was hired after the old commissioner of the NBA, whose name I can't think of right now. It's fucking David Stern. I was thinking about Howard Stern. His name is David Stern, which I knew it wasn't Howard Stern, but for some reason the name Stern was. But that's what I'm saying. Basically, David Stern retired, And the NBA hired Adam Silver. He's not the owner of the NBA though. So I feel like you can use different words, but just words like commissioner and CEO and stuff. I don't know. That's you know, I don't like those words in terms of being used for ownership for some reason. Even though you can be the CEO of a company and own it, but a lot of times the CEOs of companies don't own them. Same thing with commissioners and stuff like that. But I still I don't think they should enforce it. Which I read an A article and it was saying that they're not forcing or pressuring teams to do it right now. Basically just letting them come at their own will and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure eventually they're going to, you know, have it to where you can't use the word owner at all. You know, to me, that's just ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just a word. Like, like it's unfortunate that the term ownership has, such a negative meaning and stuff behind it, especially dealing with black people and slavery and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just a word. And if you're gonna use a word, use majority shareholder, because I don't know, CEO and stuff like that. Those, I guess you can use CEO, I guess, but it doesn't matter. It's just a word, you know. Just because they get rid of the term owner and stuff in the NBA, it doesn't mean that racism and discrimination and stuff is going to stop in the NBA. Like, it's still going to be players. I mean, not players, but coaches and owners and stuff, and staff members and stuff that think negative about the players that are black or black people. Like, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. But y'all comment down below. Give me your thoughts on this particular subject or subjects. Do you think that the NBA is going too far? They being a little sensitive themselves, for for making this move, or you feel like it's a good idea, or you just like me, you feel like it doesn't matter, honestly, you know. And also give me your thoughts on the story before about the young lady at Subway and stuff like that that was racially discriminated, unfortunately, due to the fact that being black matters in order to work at Subway and stuff like that. But wish the best for her. And also tell me, do you feel like the dude at the hotel employee, did he handle the situation good, or was he, being too sensitive, I guess? Which I don't think he was being too sensitive. I feel like he acted accordingly. He did, he did nothing wrong. But without further ado, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Without further ado, before I go, also tell me down below, how do you feel about me doing the 3 stories instead of just 1 story in a video? If you don't like it, just comment down below. If you thought it sucked, comment down below. If you liked it, comment. Don't matter. Just give me your thoughts on the way I did this down below, regardless of if they're negative or positive. That don't really matter. Probably, I don't know. I'm probably gonna read it though. It doesn't matter. But as I said, like, comment, subscribe, and without further ado, it's Roth 3, and I'm gone.